What's up, guys? It's March 6th, 2026, and we're about to get into the mix. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Let's do this. Let's do this. Would you say? Let's do this. Yeah. We doing it. Okay, so where we left off last time was we successfully landed on the moon with our new and improved rover. But one of the problems with the rover we noticed was there's not enough weight to the front end, so I can't really go really fast. It's really kind of frustrating because I try to go 27 meters per second in my rover and it's not happening for some reason. I'll give you an example of this. Let's go back to one of the saves here. That was when I was goofing around with that and that. I'm gonna go back to a save here when I was goofing around. And the mission went quite well, actually. No complaints. But let's load up here and see what we get. Oh, yeah, that's not really like what we wanted. See, we flipped. I do remember doing that. We flipped. That was so frustrating. Goodness me. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to find a proper file where we didn't flip because you got this going on, you got that going on. This one looks okay. Let's go to this one. This one looks like we're standing straight up. Okay, so here's the scenario. We got this. Okay, I got some Kerbal glitch going on here. It just jumped me. There we go. It just had to kind of Okay, so we just, in this save file here, we just came off of our tank, which is back here. I don't want to run into it. But I just punched off of the tank, which went really well. This was my descent tank that brought me down to the moon surface safely. And I can hit the brakes here. I didn't know that before, but boom, totally stopped. This was our descent tank that got us here safely. Look at the beauty in this tank. I got my nice rocket on there. What kind of rocket is that? That is the LV-Tango 45 swivel. It is a nice engine. Very nice engine. I have found it very adept at doing what I need to do. Now this rocket here was essential because when I landed here, I was perfectly standing straight up and down. And what I did was I added this rocket because I knew that would happen. And I fired this and it went and put my tires right on the ground and got me ready. And then what I did was I waited till that rocket was done firing and I decoupled. I decoupled here. Let's see if I can fire this by itself. I don't think I can. Oh, I can. Look. Well, see you later. I just destroyed it. Oh, that was cool. There's probably pieces. No? I totally annihilated that rocket. No more rocket. Hey, that's fine. We weren't going to use it anyway. Let's find out where Valentina is. Now this, my friends, is almost undoable. It would be undoable for me to entertain you with a trip to Valentina because she is way over here. So, with that being said, the only thing we can really do is play around with our little car. And as I was telling you before, I wasn't able... I know that Valentina is due west. So, oh, let me take my brakes off here. Turn off my lights. They're not really relevant in the light here. See, I even got my little antenna. Look, I can put that thing down. This is, I don't need it anyways. I've already done the science on this area. Now, I know that she is pointed due west at about 240 degrees due west. And that would be the direction that I would need to go into in order to get to her. But one of the problems I'm having with this rover, see, I've extended the wheelbase, I've extended the length to try to keep it from flying upward. And it kind of helped a little bit, but I think I need to add some weights to the frame to keep it down. Because look, I'm just like a dune buggy. I'm going 24. And another thing that is really messed up is that when I start to twist, I can't stop. I'm turning left right now and it's not going to turn. So if you get going too fast in this machine, you're done. You're basically done. I think I need to add some more wheels for traction. I think I need to widen this up, and I think I need to lengthen it a little bit. But let's try to jet this way a little bit. And I'm really reaching my arm here. I mean, it's kind of fun, but if you can't do a successful rescue, you know, I need to add a little bit more to this than meets the eye. I need some fuel tanks. I think I'm going to have to add some rockets to get me quickly over to Valentina's position. Also, an egress rocket would be nice, you know, because what if I do save Valentina? What's going to happen after that? You know, I'm going to feel like I need to rocket out to Earth to return us to Earth. I'm really starting to like this idea of, and I'll just add the brakes here and maybe he'll come to a stop. There we go. Oh, but he's just going to be in an endless wheelie, so let's bring him down. I'm going to reverse my wheels here and see if I can't bring that nose down a little bit because the physics on here are a little bit screwy. Yeah, this ain't good. Never good when you start to flip. So as you can see, there's definitely some faults in the design, right? Would you agree? Faults in the design if I can flip upside down and never recover. But I do have a rocket, and I call it the mother rocket because I left it in orbit around the moon. And here's Valentina right here, and it just so happens to be traveling that way. So maybe we'll climb on board and see what she's up to, you know? So I'm already, looks like I'm already positioned for retrograde here, or maybe not. Maybe it's the other way. Looks like I'm starting to position for retrograde, and it's not really too far away. Let's get closer because we're 210,000 meters from the ground here. So let's just see. Oh, we're going the other way. Okay, so that's why. I thought we were going that way. So we're going to come up to the slow AP, and then we're going to start to speed up rather quickly here. So I'm going to slow down about right here. We're 182 from the ground. Speed up a little bit. I'm comfortable with that. Now we're 79 from the ground. Hopefully our craft will adjust. There it is. It's adjusting. Hopefully it'll just adjust quick enough for us to do our retro over here. And let's find out where Valentina is. Valentina is right there, so we already missed her. Let's go around again. That's what we're gonna do, because we need to be more like, in order to get to Valentina, we need to be about right over here before we start to fire our guns. So let's go around again, and we'll stop about right here. And as you can see, Valentina is already approaching the darkness. So now we are going to come out, and we're going to get into position for our retrograde, hoping to find Valentina. She is in an aircraft. She is in a spacecraft down there. She's stuck. She's around this region over here somewhere. Somewhere over here. And we're going to find her. But first, before we do so, we're going to have to adjust our orbit backwards. So we're just going to do that now. And here comes our orbit. It's sinking in, sinking in, sinking in. And I've learned from experience, you don't want to sink it all the way. Maybe about right there. Because as you come down to slow down, you're going to even add more distance between you and that spacecraft. So I'm just going to speed this up till we get into a comfortable zone. And here we're just about on top of her. So we're going to go ahead and fire the guns again. Let's wait till the retro ball hits here. Retrograde. And that's good enough. We're going to retro. We're going to try to get as close to 0 here on our speed as possible. We're getting a little closer to her. Probably not much. Let me go manual here, because we have killed off so much power. Now we're going to be just falling to the ground. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go down to about 1-ish. Let's even go below 1. There we go. So that's straight up and down now. So now our craft is going to be dropping very near to her. We'll just speed this up so we don't have to endure 100,000 meters of nothing but falling. And there we go. We're at 26,000 meters. And we should actually be able to see her here pretty soon. There she is. She's 33 kilometers from us now. Let's rotate till we see our glass here. As you know, I like to see my glass. That kind of tells me where, in relation to my craft, all the controls are. We're coming down quite quickly. We're at 13,000, so we're going to fire our rockets here to try to get some of this speed down. We're at 9,000. We have now broken through to ground ops. We're at 6,000. Slow it down a little bit on the throttle so that we can come down a little quicker. And Earth is not in view today. It's on the other side of the moon. Let me just rotate a little bit this way. 3,500. Coming down. We are just going to set this baby right down here. We've got plenty of fuel for this maneuver. We're at 39 meters per second. 2,500 from the ground. 30 meters per second. 2,000 from the ground. And it looks like we've got a little bit of movement going this way, so I hope that doesn't mess us up a little bit. I'm gonna retro a little bit to stop that, which could be a big error. Tremendous error here. And I'm just gonna aim the craft that way. But we are coming down, so I'm gonna go ahead and undock from here and turn my guns on, put my spacecraft upwards, because we don't want to get ourselves into a situation with that big engine so low. Okay, and with this one you can retro a lot easier. Let's just puff a little bit to try to kill some speed. And then once we kill enough speed here, the engine just blew up down there. Let's go ahead and face that direction, because we want to get close to Valentina here. So it doesn't take much once you're low. We're just going to speed up. And you got to watch your altitude. You start dropping, and you want to do this number here. We're going to get close to her. We're dropping again, slowly. So I'll just add a little bit of this in there. Just to keep us from dropping too quickly. Try to stay about 1,000 off the ground. That should be safe. But, you know, we don't have to play it so safe. We can nose over and get to her. Let's do that. So I'm adding a little bit of forward speed. And I know her craft is like on the ground right now, and it's in a really kind of a bad situation. Not a good situation for her. We're going 185 over the surface. Trying to get closer to her so we don't have to walk. Walking would be kind of out of the question for me. It would take us like all day to get over there. So I'll just let this kind of get us there. Gonna have to add some guns here. Not liking how close we're getting to the ground. There we go. Now we're kind of level with it. Probably pull this way a little. Oh, I gotta do this first. Pull this way a little. And then what I'll do is, watch this fancy trick. Retro. Now I'm killing all that forward speed. Killing all that forward speed. Killing all that forward speed. We're coming in. Okay, Valentina, we are here. Let's kill a little more forward speed here. We are here to talk and get a mission debrief. 14, 12. There we go. We're going to be settling down here. $11, $10. Really got an awkward orbit going on. Or an awkward prograde going on, should I say. And a lot of times this doesn't really work out very well, as you can see. Gotta kind of kill, 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 kill. I'm kind of on a hill, so I'm just gonna... Yeah, no good. Sometimes that happens. Well, a lot of times that happens. But I can still get a little closer. You just got to be careful you don't go past 10 meters per second. Try to go this way. There we go. Oh, going too fast. Oh, look at that. She's standing straight up and down this time. Last time I came to see her, she was sideways. Gotta be careful with that 10 meters per second, because that's like when the video game says, okay, there's a crash going on at 10. I'm just going to slow it up a little bit. Alright. I don't think this is standard operating procedure here, but... hello? We are here. We are here. Now, take it or leave it. Okay. So, this is Valentina's craft. Let's see if she wants to come into a craft with some actual fuel, huh? Shall we? So we're gonna have to come over here and now that we're so close together, you can't see. Oh, there it is, combined. Nope. We want combined. Not default name 23. There it is. So here she is, and for some reason the game decides it wants to settle every time I take over an aircraft. So we're going to take her out of there. And she's gonna pop down. Da 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 da. Hey, thank you. Oh, the rescue. The rescue is here. Yay. Yay. Oh, thank you for showing up. Yay. Oh, I am so happy you're here. I've been stuck out there forever. She's gonna come over here to my front door. And grab the handles and climb on board. All of her experiment stuff has been transferred. Let's see if I can't prop my aircraft back up. So I'm gonna have to rely on bouncing around in order to get airborne again. If I can. And hit this as soon as I can. One of my rockets is broken. So, oh, another rocket is broken. Come on, baby. Get airborne. Get airborne. You can do it. Get up there. Make it happen. We have got to save these young ladies. Oh. 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 Oh, I think we died. Yeah, we died. Well, it was a good attempt. Actually, it wasn't. It wasn't a very good attempt at all. And I didn't really intend to play around with that scenario, really. We came here to do some modifications to the rover. But in order to do so, we're going to have to go all the way back to here. Unfortunately. But that was a good attempt. So this is all the way back before we... Oh, this is all the way back. We haven't even modified yet in this file. I need to save a new file. Get back maybe? No. M3 maybe? Let's see where we're at on M3. M3 was a long time ago too. We might have shot ourselves in the foot here. He's seen all he can seize. So this was when we were making our attempt to land our rover without a pilot, I think. Yeah, there is no pilot on this rover. He's not there. There's my mothercraft. Oh, look at this. See, I see these sometimes. That is so odd that is there. And I think you can, like, I've heard of people getting onto comets like this and actually getting onto them. That's a comet. And I've actually heard of people landing on those comets. But they don't have any tracking, I don't think. There is no tracking for that comet. I don't know where he is in space. So you would never know he's there unless you look at him. Where'd he go now? Maybe he's this way? Yeah, he was this way. But apparently in this game, some random comets fly around. And you can actually land on them. There's a video of a guy that landed on one. Now, I don't know what this one is. This is probably garbage. This is my mothercraft here. So what are we going to do here? Well, let's play around a little with this. Let's get close to landing without crashing, which I almost did. 139 from the ground. Let's get down to more like 50 or so. I'll show you how this craft worked. This was my first design. This was probably 1.4 or 1.5. And I was trying to retro here. I don't know why he's faced that way to retro though. That doesn't make sense. Oh, because this was the problem I was having with the retro. I faced this craft, my rover. This was a long time ago. I faced my rover in the wrong direction, so he thinks retrograde is that way. So I kind of found that this is more setting it to normal was more like retrograde. But it has all sorts of problems with it because it won't truly retro, see? And I really need to come down in speed, like pretty big time here. As you can see, I'm at 600 meters per second. And here's another problem with it. My rocketry is so off balance on this craft that after a while it just wants to start to twist around in all sorts of weird directions. But let's see. Oh, look, there's some debris about to hit the ground. Either that or it's in a small orbit around, but it looks like it's getting closer to the ground. And see what happens there? And it's terrible. So it appears as if I wasn't watching my speed just now, and I started to go upward again. Because I was paying attention to that other craft. So now I'm gonna be coming down again. I'm still going up. I need to come way down now. Let's go anti-normal. And blow us back down, I guess. Oh. Oh, I remember why that. Oh, wait. Okay. So now I'm coming back down. But I'm all messed up. And that's like not what we want. Let's see if we can slow this down. And let's fuel crossfeed here. And move this over. Just initiate these tanks too, so that we can try to retro a little bit again. I don't think you can control from here, but that's what it needs to be. They need to say control from here. Maybe control from here? No. Control from here? No. Control from here? No. Let's cross-feed that fuel. Control from here. That's what we need. There we go. Maybe that will help. But I don't think it is, because it's not. There's only one way we can control from there, and that's it. So we're gonna have to use the tools we have here to try to slow us down. That would be the wrong way, so let's go anti-normal. I like to put myself in these scenarios where the craft just ain't right. But like, let's say that you really were in space and they were like, dude, I know the craft ain't right, but you're gonna have to try your hardest to save yourself. You know? And you're like, okay, I think I can give it a try. Let's see if I can save us in this scenario of interplanetary craziness. See, we're trying to kill all our forward speed because we're obviously moving. We're moving in that direction. We're at 13,000 feet. The biggest joy I could get right now is if my craft just starts to go down as if I'm straight up and down. But I'm thinking I'm gonna have to make my own adjustments, so I can see I'm going downward. So this is what needs to happen. That's twisting me. There we go. Let's go down like this. There we go. Just like that. I'm going down rather quickly. I'm gonna have to jet my guns. I'm gonna have to really jet my guns. We need to come this way a little bit. There we go. We got really slow. That's what I like. Okay, guys. We're at 40 meters per second. We're heading kind of in this direction-y a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and slow my tilt up a little. Twist around so I'm straight up and down. I think we're gonna save us, guys. Look at me. Boom, 2. I'm gonna face this thing straight up and down like this. Oh, that wasn't a good idea. No, 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 24. There we go. Oh. Well, hold on a second. Our rover is still attached, guys. So this doesn't mean anything. Let's try to get to it. Let's try to get to it. Get out of here. There it is. Okay, so we just need to kind of come down. Okay, okay. Let's see if we can use our... Oh. There we go. Spinning around. I like the spin. I like the spin. Don't jet. Jet a little bit. Okay. Stop us. Stop us. Spin it. I like the spin. And we're down. We're down. Now to disconnect the rover, which is right here. There we go. And now only if I had a pilot on board. But since this has a control unit, this is the control unit, I can actually drive it. And this this particular rover was really troublesome. So I'm not even going to play with it because it's so light that it just goes to heck. So what we're going to do is we're going to play with the rockets. And I'm going to initiate them and fire all the rockets and just blow it up. But that's how it's done. And then we're going to kind of play around with these. We're going to go advanced, independent throttle. And we're going to shoot this until it runs out of gas somewhere. Oh, there it is. Bye-bye. Boom. Oh, look, there's a piece still good. Let's see if that blows up over there. Boom. Like, what if you were a space astronaut? But you were just a little crazy? And you were like, okay, they put me on the moon and they want me to do this mission, but I've decided that I'm just going to destroy all their equipment. And you were just up there and you're like not really committed to the mission like others. And you just go rogue. And it's not because you're... It's not because... Oh, look at this little crater here. That's weird. I seldom see little tiny, you know, like little craters. But here in this area, there's plenty. Going there. Huh. Usually the moon's surface is pretty smooth. There's a lot of hills and stuff, but not like craters. So, anyhow, we had a little bit of fun with some of those scenarios today. I hope you enjoyed it. But, you know, in the land of real life, there's things to be done. Places to go, people to see. Thanks for joining me today for another 45-minute episode of Let's see what kind of scenarios we can put the Kerbals through. Enjoy.